a-hole for not letting my sister use the family property for her upcoming wedding. I'm 25, my sister is 29. I also have a younger sister, 8 years old. When I was 14, my mom sent me to live with her parents. Her excuse was that they needed me to help out. I believe she just didn't want to deal with a growing male teen. My grandparents owned an amazing property in the mountains that has an amazing view. We also have some horses and other critters. Love a critter. Love those critters. They were also quite wealthy as well. They both passed 4 years ago, a month apart. My condolences. They gave me the property, quote, because I would appreciate it and respect it more, quote.
I'm the favorite son.
While my mom and sisters got money and other assets, overall valued more than the property. In the past 4 years, I turned part of the property into a venue for mainly weddings. Grandparents knew of this idea and thought it was a good one. I agree, that's a great idea. You've got a mind for business, I see. I like that. We are busy and usually booked about 8 months out. Well, yeah, if it's an amazing property in the middle of the mountains, I could see that. My sister got engaged a year and a half ago and said she wanted to get married at the property. I said yes, but just let me know the date as soon as possible so I can make sure it is booked. I never got a date. She probably thought that she didn't have to actually like go through the motions because your family.
You're goddamn right it is.
I followed up several times and kept asking her, and she would brush me off. 2 weeks ago, I got the wedding invitation. How does one send a wedding invite if we haven't like booked the venue yet?
You stupid.
Stating the property is the location and the date. Let me guess, it's already booked. Which is in September of this year. Oh, that's literally one of the most popular months to get married. Yeah, you definitely booked it, didn't you? I immediately called her to say that we have booked for that date and can't accommodate her. Right, because when people book weddings, they book specific dates, they give deposits, they arrange vendors, they tell everybody about it, so they're booking flights and accommodations. That's not something that you can exactly just say, oh, sorry, we double booked. We can't keep you on this day. If you do that as a venue, you could like for sure get sued. 100% get sued. Well, now her, my mom, other family, her partner's family, as well as other flying monkeys have been blowing up on me. Why? Your sister did not book the wedding venue. She should be the one getting in trouble. They're also calling and writing reviews for my business. Oh my God. No, they are not. God, that is like some kind of evil. All because you didn't have her date available and she went ahead and told everybody about it before she booked it. They're trying to ruin your business over that? Negative reviews can straight up ruin a business.
I'm deaf. Straight up.
And the fact that it's your family that's doing that? Absolutely not. I asked them to stop and I called my sister telling her all she had to do was tell me when she knew her date so I could book it and I would take care of everything else. She went off on how I am ruining her day.
What?
No, it doesn't work like that. You can't ruin her day if it was never her day to begin with. It's our family's property. Well, yeah, but that doesn't stop you from booking other business. You can't just leave entire months open because you're expecting your sister to come and have her wedding there. Are you doing this for free, by the way? I was just wondering, sorry, question. Is she getting this venue for free? It is our family's property. How she already sent out invitations and couldn't go back now. Well, she's gonna have to, sorry. I should just tell the other couple to cancel. They've been on the books for over a year now and I actually like them. Family is more important. No, they're not. Not in this case. After the last big blow up, I started communicating strictly through the business, using our recorded line as well as email. Ooh, smart, smart, smart. I suggested 3 other dates around the same time, but that's not good enough. I'm being resentful and an a-hole. Honestly, the fact that you're still allowing them to like book this venue, your property, like you're doing everything possible to accommodate her and she didn't do even the bare minimum to accommodate you. You're not the a-hole in my eyes, but let's see what everybody else had to say. Not the a-hole, but your sister is a giant a-hole for expecting you to cancel another couple's date for what? Selfish family? She needed to tell you the date and didn't. That's on her. That's what's up. This is what we call the consequences of your actions. Who the hell sends out invitations for a date before even contacting the venue?
Idiots.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't send out wedding invitations unless you have a venue booked. You need contracts signed. Something in writing saying that you have that venue for that day. That's just stupid in my opinion. Like, you're just dumb. Always get a contract, friends. When you're booking your venues, contract. There's a lot that can go wrong. Not the a-hole. I was all ready to read a story about OP saying no or fighting a family versus individual ownership and some personal drama, but there is none of that. It is simple as sending an invite for a date without even asking the venue. I don't understand how people can be so consumed in their own weddings. So thankful my wife was not like this. Bottom line is, you cannot send a save the date or a wedding invitation unless you have your venue booked. Venues get booked like years in advance, especially like the really, really nice ones. You cannot send a date if you don't have a date. You do not have a date, babes. Who the hell sends out invitations for a date before even contacting the venue? Because it's a family business. This is exactly why I hate doing business with family. Never do business with family. They should always remain separate. If the venue wasn't owned by the family, she would have just told them the dates earlier. I've seen this behavior a lot in my family too. It just comes with the entitlement, honestly. Like, can you imagine as a business if some bride just like sent out an invitation and said that they booked your venue when they didn't? But somehow because they're family, it's somehow okay. Also, it's not the family property anymore. It's the brother's property. It's his right. That is his birthright. When his grandparents died, they left him the property. Therefore, it is not the family property anymore. Did the family share all the inheritance that they got with the brother? No? Did the brother come after them and say,
"Oh, well, this is the family inheritance, not your inheritance"?
no? He minded his business and set up a business for himself. Honestly, your sister just sounds like a spoiled brat that's gotten everything she wanted and doesn't want to admit the fact that she f***ed up. The family is 100% angry about the property. I could see that. OP needs to keep them at a distance. You're right, they probably spent every dime of what they inherited. And the grandparents knew it. They even said OP would respect it more. Sounds like the rest of OP's family has a history of disrespecting money and property, which is probably also where all the unjust entitlement and bullying comes from. Now I'm wondering if the bride secretly wanted to screw up her younger brother's business reputation by withholding the date because they're so profoundly jealous of his business success.
That is a cunt move.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past her. What kind of family member goes and writes false negative reviews about your business because you weren't at their beck and call and you didn't put everything on hold so they couldn't have their wedding at your property? Something fishy going on. You are not the a-hole, my dear. Your sister's spoiled as hell.